Earnings season isn't over yet, ladies and gentlemen, because Oracle, ticker symbol ORCL, still has to report earnings tomorrow after market close. And here's the thing. Oracle, after the massive run-up that it had last fall, has been in the gutter. It dropped and it now is slowly starting to creep higher and resurge. But here's the question. Can it pop higher and start to reclaim some of those high fall levels, or is it going to get knocked back to reality off of this report? Find out all of that and more in today's video.
We're burning down with the fix. Oh yeah.
Oracle, ticker symbol ORCL, earnings report coming here on Wednesday, June 10th, and let's go. This is super exciting. We are going to take a look at the last few earnings reports from Oracle. We're going to take a look at where the current price action is, and we're going to get you ready for this report. And you can see right now, at the time that I'm recording this, in the pre-market, we are at $214.87. It is Tuesday, June 9th. We are a day before the earnings report, and we can see that we had this nice smash higher 3-bar play. 1, 2, 3. That's just a beautiful move on strong volume. And we hit an interim high here of almost $250, and then we have this nice retracement down below the 10, right near our 200 daily simple moving average, which is at $206.66, which just so happens to line up with an unfilled gap from May 28th of this year. You could see that gap up right here. So this is definitely an area of interest because that's where that simple moving average lies. That's where that unfilled gap lies. So we want to keep an eye on that. And just some other price points of interest to keep in mind here. Remember, we fell pretty hard off of the highs that Oracle made back here in, or this was September actually, when it hit over $340. This was such a big move, and then you could see that it gave quite a bit of that back, and it hit a low here. This was April 10th. This was off of the war weakness of 134.56. It had a buy order at 128, missed it, but you could see it just started running from there. But we did leave behind some unfilled gaps. One here from April 30th, 2026 at 165.15, and another one here from April 13th at 155.88. So you do have some downside areas where there are imbalances. If there were to be a negative report, weak forward guidance, or let's just say the market goes to hell in a handbasket, then these unfilled gaps become targets. But then you also have this unfilled gap overhead from October 29th of 2025 at 271.41. So we just want to keep an eye on those price areas. Now, just taking a look at what else is happening here on the charts, we do see that the 50 simple moving average has crossed up through the 100, which is a bullish sign. And pay attention and watch to see if we can get the crossover to the upside. The 50 crossing through your 200 is a golden cross. You can see we had the death cross here, and the last time we had a golden cross on Oracle was right here, and this was back in June of last year of all times. Very ironic, very interesting, and you can see what followed from there. Let's just take a look at some of the longer time frames. We could see here on the weekly, we are above all the moving averages. We are sitting right there on that 50 SMA on the weekly, again, which is near that May 28th gap. You can see it bounced perfectly off that 200 SMA on the weekly. And then when we hop over to the monthly, again, we are above all of those moving averages, found support on that 50 monthly, and has proceeded to move higher like we are seeing now. So there is room for this one to the upside. The chart is bullish. It is above all of its moving averages. It is currently at support. So this is one that we want to pay attention to. We could see that volume decline into the move higher that we had here. Then we saw a spike. And now on this retest, this drop lower, notice that the bearish volume is declining as well. So this one could be set up for a move higher, but let's take a look and see what has happened the last few times they have reported earnings, beginning with March 10th, 2026. And what did we get here? We got a gap up from Oracle to the tune of, let's measure this. It closed that day at 149.66. It gapped up to a high of 171.87, but it could not hold on to that and dripped back down. So we are going to give this earnings move win to the Bears. So the Bears got that dub in March. Now let's just keep going back here. This is a move from December 10th right here. So we could see that Oracle had moved higher this day, and it had already started its downtrend from that rip higher that it had, that huge gap up off of an earnings report, which we'll look at here in a second. Down $36, 16.54%. So this one, again, we could see it closed at 228.88 and dropped and hit a low of 185.97. And this is trading somewhere in the range where we see right now. So here is another W for the Bears. So the Bears are 2-2 in the last earnings reports, but really it's all about this move. This move was spectacular, magnificent, fabulous, whatever you want to call it. Look at this earnings move here, guys. People's lives were changed off of this move. If we just measure from the close here to the top of that candle, that is a $104 move, 43.37%. Obviously, this is a W for the Bulls. And so that was the last time that the Bulls captured one of the wins on the earnings move. But you could see from there, lower highs, and then the drip down into the price area where it is right now. And let's go back two more and let's take a look at what happened last June. This was June 11th. And what did we have here? We were trading at the close of that earnings day around 175.93, and it gapped up $26, so 15%, around $202 there. So a nice move higher, and then that proceeded to push up. So we are going to give this a win for the Bulls here as well. So out of the last four reports here for Oracle, 2 wins by the Bulls in the summer and fall months, 2 wins by the Bears in the winter and spring months. Now let's go for the tiebreaker here. Let's check out what happened on March 10th. This was the tariff weakness when we're looking here. So we can already forecast what's going to happen with this report. And we could see here, we closed, wait, actually right here, we closed here at, what price is that? 148.67. And if we measure that down to the bottom of the wick, that was a 7.65% decrease, $11.38. There's a W for the Bears. And so out of the last 5 reports, 3 dominated by the Bears, 2 from the Bulls, and you cannot ignore that massive move that we had to the upside off of that report in September. That was just an amazing, amazing move. But notice too, the last 2 reports that did move higher were in the summer and the fall. So we are in that seasonal period. Does Oracle have another pop higher in June like it did last year and start a run up? There are definitely things that we want to pay attention to. Again, that crossover of the 50 above the 100. And let's see if it wants to cross above that 200. We get a golden cross. So there's upside opportunity here for Oracle. And this one can move pretty fast, pretty furious here if it wants to. Now, the thing that we have to keep in mind, obviously, are some of the negative catalysts out there with the war between Iran and the United States. If that continues to pressure things down, and let's say that we have another sell-off, we could be heading into this report in a negative space. And also, too, CPI is going to be reported tomorrow morning at 8:30. And if that report comes out negative, that's going to put a strong headwind against Oracle for when they report and what type of move that they get. But the areas that we want to watch, if we're going to keep an eye on this for how it moves off of earnings, the simple thing to do is to watch this unfilled gap here at 271.41. Again, it's really going to be all about CPI. If CPI is hot, the likelihood that Oracle goes higher is very, very low, and we can expect a downside move. But if CPI cools off, we potentially could see a strong move up into the 271 range. Now, that won't happen in one fell swoop. We might see moving to the 240, 250s, but then it can continue to climb and get magnetized up into that area. So that's what we're going to watch eventually for a move to the upside. And if it's a move downside, and if we have a negative report, weak guidance, let's say the inflation report's coming hot, well, then we want to watch these unfilled gaps as areas as support. Obviously, this first unfilled gap at the 28th would be filled here at 204. That will happen. But you'd want to pay attention. Your next layer of support is going to be right at that 50 simple moving average at $180.90. So these are the two spots that I'm watching here for the bulls. It's going to be the unfilled gap here at 271.41. Let's keep an eye on that 50 SMA at 180.90 for the bears. And let's get ready for the Oracle earnings report.
What do you think is going to happen? Is Oracle going to gap up and continue to climb higher, or is it headed back down? Drop that in the comments below. And I want to remind everybody, I am teaching a free swing trading class that starts June 15th called the Sultans of Swing Trading. The registration link is in the description, and I want to see you there. I appreciate you watching this video, and I'll see you back here for the next earnings preview. Take care, everyone.
The river's wild, the fix is melt.